July 2nd. If you'd like to join me in a Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome. We need to start with a roll call. Ms. Harris, will you help us with that?
Sure. Councilmember Lynch is excused, but we do have a quorum.
Excellent. Thank you. We have an agenda before us. Is there any changes to that? I guess. Do we need to consider removing the parade route request right now, or can we do that as we go right now?
Later. You can
Later?
do that.
Can we do that later? Okay. We got an agenda before us. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Mr. Welling. Is there a second?
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Mr. Perks seconding. Any discussion on the motion? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? We have an agenda. We've got the council minutes from June 18th. Any concern with those minutes? If not, we will acknowledge those as they've been prepared and go to the bills. Questions there?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Give it a motion to approve, Mr. Sellers. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Perks seconding. Discussion. If there's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That takes care of the bills. Council comments. Mr. Lind, I guess you can lead us off tonight. What's on your mind?
First, I want to say sorry I didn't make the last meeting. I was with my son, and he was trying to qualify for some big events, and he qualified for the Pacific Coast Championship, and he qualified for the Junior America's Cup. So he'll be the only kid from the state of Wyoming representing both teams. So I felt like I was where I needed to be last time. So, but this is a shameless play. I will have raffle tickets for sale if you would like to buy raffle tickets. So.
Well, sounds like that's exactly where you needed to be, and congratulations to your son. Excellent. Mr. Perks.
Yeah, 4th of July is coming up. Everybody be careful. Don't light them off till 5, and don't light them off the wind's blowing. Let's have a safe 4th, 5th, and 6th this year.
Well said. Excellent. Mr. Welling.
Just echoing what Councilman Perks said. Make sure you are safe with your fireworks. We don't need anybody losing fingers. But be safe and have fun. We got a lot of street closures, which I think are great, and I think those are important. And we have the Fresh Air, Freedom and Fun, family-friendly 4th of July festival. Yes. Commonly, I won't say it. But yeah, that starts at 11 o'clock till 4.
We have a free 5K run at Bear Paw Trailhead at 8 a.m. Children's bike parade at 10 a.m. and the festival from 11 to 4. I hope to see you all there at the watermelon bus handing out watermelon to the community.
Well, that was my next question. What time is the watermelon bus? 1:30. 1:30.
Excellent.
That's always fun.
It is fun.
Thank you for putting that together. It's a great event.
Yeah, it takes all the entire crew. So.
Yeah, and they pull it together good. So, and that's all I have.
Excellent. Mr. Sellers.
Couple things. I saw a new one yesterday with a credit card scam through my email. So I just want to make people aware that sometimes when they say your account's been affected, don't always just respond back to the emails. Take the time and called the company, and the company said, we have no record. So just be aware, and if it seems fishy, stay away from it. Also, holiday times, any holiday is a time that suicides and people get depressed and families not around, different things happen. So remember 988, there's always help, and use the help. And thirdly is kind of a plea for my older veterans. I ran into a few today, and even though they're patriotic and we have the 4th of July because of veterans from way, way back, and we have our country from them, a lot of them have PTSD, and the fireworks really get to them. So if you have older neighbors that are veterans, most of them won't say not to do it, but talk to them, see how they're doing, make sure that they're taken care of, because we wouldn't be our country without them. So, and happy 4th. Thank you.
Thank you. Hageman?
I think that's excellent, Mike. That was really great to bring that up about our fireworks are such a part of the 4th of July, but they affect our veterans, and we need to be respectful going next door and checking to see if it's okay, because there's no more stoic a set of Americans than our veterans. Big boy event is tomorrow, so if we'll be down at the Roundhouse in the machine shop, and come find us. The big boy is rolling through town, which is quite exciting to see that. Talk about American history on American, couldn't have come through on a better day than the 4th of July. Is what helped settle the West. And going along the theme of veterans, I often talk about our veterans and our military service members. And I am so proud of my son who's here tonight. He's back on leave. Sorry, son, I'm going to embarrass you. And I am so proud of you and your service and what you do for our country and the sacrifices you make. I couldn't be more thrilled to have you here tonight and be a part of our community and be a part of our nation. So thank you. In our long history of our family, you're the 7th generation of military that has served, and quite honestly, you're the best. That's all I have.
Thank you. Appreciate your service, young man. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just say amen, and I think those were good comments, and I agree. We'll move on. We have no public hearings or special orders. We do have a consent agenda item, or a consent agenda, fairly lengthy. I am told that we need to consider removing at least one of those, and if someone else has other issues or concerns, we can certainly address them. But if we can remove from the consent agenda the parade route request regarding the bike race, I think we're lacking some information on that. So if we can remove that and probably ultimately have that go away at the end, and so we can get some additional information, then they can bring it back once we have that information. So unless somebody else wants to remove something else or has some concerns, if we consider our consent agenda item minus our parade route request, is there a motion then to approve?
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as a whole minus the parade route for the Zone 5 racing.
Thank you, Sheriff.
I'll second that.
Seconding. Any discussion?
Looks like everybody's ready to have a party.
Looks like it. A lot of parties going on. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Further discussion? There's none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Now the parade route, Chief Rannish, tell us what our concerns are here.
Yes, Your Honor, members of the council. Mr. Troy Hubner, who's a resident of Orem, Utah, he's organized this race every year, I believe, for about 5 years, I estimate, and he's used the police department for traffic control in the past. The race will come in from the UNAs and on Highway 150, and we provide traffic control, shutting down traffic so that they can turn on Southbridge. They go up to the rec center and come down City View and Cheyenne and depart Evanston out Yellow Creek. I've been sending emails to Mr. Hubner and we've had a hard time contacting him. I recommend he reach out to Public Works and advise them we need to work out a plan for City View. He's been silent, haven't got responses back from him. The only minor response I got back from him was, well, I just plan on using the residential or side streets, and I don't understand how it's going to work. And I got concerned with providing traffic control if he wants to go in the City View because of the distance between the two intersections and City View. And I think there's just a lot of unanswered questions here. Okay. And I don't think it'd be safe to approve at this time. A recommendation we deny the parade request.
Okay. And then he's certainly got time to...
He's got one more council meeting. The race is on July 27th. And I hope when I advise him it's been denied, I hope he'll come to the table and maybe work some of these issues out.
I think that's the prudent thing to do. So I guess we need a motion and then a second, and then we can go from there. I assume I think we need to follow Chief Manager's recommendation. So is there a motion to approve the Zone 5 request for a parade route?
Mr. Mayor?
I'm sorry.
Just as an alternative, the council could choose just to table that permit until the meeting on the 16th?
16th?
That works. That would accomplish the same purpose. I think the chief can relay and say, there's some issues we need to iron out before the 16th.
Okay. If you're
I'm good with that, Your Honor.
Okay, let's do that. Then I'll entertain maybe a motion to table this request.
I'll make a motion to table.
Mr. Sellers? 16th. Till the 16th. Is that right, Mr. Sellers?
Correct.
Got a motion to table this parade route request for Zone 5 racing. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Welling seconding. Any discussion?
I kind of want to see some street bikes get down City View. That could be comical.
They do go down Chalk Creek, so they must be doing something.
Holy cow.
There's no further discussion. All in favor of tabling this item, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is tabled. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. We have no unfinished business. We'll go to new business, and we'll start there with a consideration for an overlay project. Anything we need to know about that before? Oh, there you are, Damon. I didn't see you back there. I was looking over here for you, and I didn't see you. So, Mr. Newsom.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Damon Newsom, City of Evanston. On June 19th, we opened the bids for the 2024 overlay project. There were 3 companies who provided a bid. The low bidder is Staker Parsons. They're out of Utah. They did meet the criteria of the 5% Wyoming preference, so they were still low bid. So I'm asking for their acceptance and approval to move forward with the project.
Any questions for Mr. Newsom before we move on?
Where's the overlay project at?
The overlay is in the Twin Ridge area. 4 primary roads, Bodine, Champs, and then Hirschler for both the east and west side.
Okay. Has Stacker Parsons done any work for us before?
I think they did work in like 2018-ish,
I want to
somewhere
say
in there.
in the last several years
They're a big company out of Salt Lake, so I'm just surprised they're...
If I remember right, they did a good job.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to work with them once on the YDOT side back in like 2014. Very reputable company.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, I was happy to see them. So, and they, right, wrong, or indifferent, came in lower than expected. So you can't beat that.
Okay.
They're a Salt Lake company?
Utah. I'm not sure where their true home station is. Ogden area, I think.
They encompass the whole Salt Lake Valley, though.
Yeah.
Do we have any Evanston people going to be contracted on this job?
I haven't, given that we're just trying to get the award out, I've had no conversation with them on who they're trying to get.
They'll still have to advertise for Wyoming job seekers.
Yeah. Of the 3 companies who did provide a bid, 1 was out of Wyoming and 2 were out of Utah.
What was the percent over for the Wyoming?
I don't have the percentage, but they had to beat make the 5% preference, and the difference between Staker's extended bid and the Wyoming company was about $17,000.
Are you allowed to say who the other Wyoming company was?
Lewis and Lewis,
They're the ones doing the City View project, right?
yes. And the high school water line.
It might have been just too busy, possibly. I think they were too busy to put in a lower bid?
No, I think they could have fit it in. I don't know what drove the cost, but.
Just curious.
Is there a motion to approve this bid?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Mr. Welling, is there a second?
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Mr. Perks seconding. Any discussion? There's no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. We'll go on to Resolution 2440. Mr. Harris, you read that title for us, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 24-40, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of an agreement with Staker and Parson Companies for the completion of all work required for the 2024 street overlay project.
Excellent. I suspect that's relative to the motion we just discussed, so.
Yeah, so based upon that decision, what I'm asking for is the opportunity to extend them an agreement or contract that they have time to review and sign. But what was included in the packet was the contract, and so that's what we'll offer them, and assuming they sign it, they can get rocking and rolling sooner than later.
Okay. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass.
Mr. Welling.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Not me.
Alexis wants to second that.
I don't even know her all that well.
I'll second.
Mr. Sellers, you're going to second that? I apologize, then. I don't know what's going on.
It's only a $10 fine. Sorry.
I think that was seconded by Alexis, wasn't it? Siri or whoever
Siri,
we got?
I think Siri chimed in there.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? There's no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's approved. Thank you. And we'll go to Resolution 2441. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 24-41, a resolution authorizing the submission of an application for federal funding through the Transportation Alternatives Program administered by the Wyoming Department of Transportation for the City of Evanston for the purposes of the Evanston Roundhouse Trailhead Access Improvement Project.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Newsom.
So bear with me on this one. This is me trying to prepare for what I would call worst-case scenario. The bids for the Roundhouse project, the courtyard, open up next Thursday on the 11th. Not knowing how those will come in, I wanted to have a backup plan to where we could apply for 2025 TAP grant money, which is the same equivalent of what we currently have. But in an effort to do that, I have to have a resolution to provide in the packet. So this was my one and only opportunity to do so. If something goes wrong and I apply for that, we obviously won't know, A, if we get it until the end of, well, November 1st, and B, how much it would be based upon the request that was given. But at least it is an alternative if something bad were to happen come bid opening time.
Just to keep an arrow in the quiver, so to speak.
That's the goal. Hopefully all the stars align come Thursday's opening. You know, a lot will still have to be vetted based upon those approvals and how the package comes in. But if I don't provide this now, I lose that opportunity for the application, which is due on the 15th of July. So I'm kind of just in the middle.
Okay. Seems to make sense. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce it with a motion to pass, Your Honor.
Perks, with a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Mr. Welling, seconding. Any discussion?
I think it's a good idea to stay proactive. Thank you.
True, we're trying. So thank you.
Mr. Newsom, will you send out an email and let us know how that goes on the opening or whether this
Oh, you bet.
moves forward?
Yeah. Tomorrow we have a mandatory pre-bid for those who are interested in bidding on that. So we'll see how many people show up. I think there has been some pretty good interest in the rebidding part. So hopefully that comes true.
Excellent.
So did we awarded a bid already, but had to go back, right?
No bid was awarded. The first time it was open, the bids came in too high, and this decision was to basically deny all bids and try and rebid it. And with that rebidding process, put us into the delay that we currently had with SHPO and some other concerns with that. SHPO's given their concurrence to move forward. YDOT's given their concurrence to move forward. So come July 11th, we'll
Cross our fingers.
We'll hope that we have a project that can move forward.
Any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution 2442. Mr. Harris, read that title for us, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 2442, a resolution of the governing body of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, approving change order number 5 for the Roundhouse Section 4 tenant gray shell and loading facilities project in the City of Evanston.
Mayor, members of the council, Rocco O'Neill, City of Evanston Community Development Department. I believe we discussed this a few meetings back, but this change order largely has to do with fixing some of the concrete footers for the roof supports, and there are a ton of them in there. We figured we better clean them up so that the finished floor comes up and it's a clean product like it is in Section 1. Obviously, there's some miscellaneous items in here. We had some storm drain leaks that we wanted to address. And hopefully you can read down those line items, but if there are any questions, I'm happy to.
So my teachers always used to say, hopefully you can read.
Yeah.
Any questions for Mr. O'Neill before we move on to this? I think we have discussed it, but if somebody's got additional questions.
I just got one. When are they going to put the receiving doors in? Are they struggling there?
So there was an RFI to the architect about header sizes, and the architect wasn't able to get back to the contractor in time. They were hoping to get that installed before the big boy came through. But it should be, cross our fingers, the end of this week or next week. They'll get that in. They did get a response from the architect, but they'll put fencing up and signs for folks to keep out of that area and make sure that they're not getting themselves in a place where they can hurt themselves. So,
Just been looking forward to seeing what that looks like.
yeah, we'll have to get you guys in there sometime soon and take a look. It's turning into a pretty cool space. So,
Thank you.
Is there introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with a motion to pass.
Mr. Land with a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Sellers seconding. Any discussion? There's no discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thank you.
thank you, Your Honor.
Resolution 2443. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Resolution 2443, a resolution of the governing body of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a subdivision participation and release form to participate in the new national opioid settlement, Kroger. And Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Mark Harris, Evanston City Attorney, this is another finger or facet in the national opioid litigation. This is a separate settlement with the Kroger, Smith's Food, and et cetera, who have pharmacies, and they are now participating in the settlement. The City of Evanston is a subdivision which has participated in other settlements with opioid, either pharmaceutical manufacturers or distributors. This is a settlement with Kroger. There is a formula. In order to take part in the settlement, we have to affirmatively elect in by August 12th, 2024. This resolution authorizes the city attorney to execute the participation agreement.
Excellent. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass, Your Honor.
Welling. Is there a
I'll
second?
second it.
Mr. Perks seconding. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved, thank you. Now, resolutions, the balance of our agenda, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, they're all relatively connected. Can we address those, make it easy on you guys if you wanted to go through them all, or just give us a synopsis? Make that quick. What would you like to do?
Whatever you want to do, Mr. Mayor.
I know they're all connected, and there are several contracts that
They're all approved in the budget, so.
we've approved them with the budget, so if you want to.
I'll do, whatever the council prefers.
You just said what I was going to say.
You want to fast track those or what?
We've already approved it.
They're all approved. They're all been approved by the budget. I just want to make it easy on you guys.
And Trudy.
I don't have to say anything, you should have said what I was saying.
Well, we'll make it easy. We need to do them all separately.
We can vote on them all at once. They have to be read separately, but yes.
Do you want to read them and then we can
Sure.
move forward? Do that. Let's do that.
Okay. Resolution 2444, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a contract for services with Cowboy Days Incorporated, a Wyoming nonprofit corporation. Resolution 2445, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a contract for services with the Evanston Rodeo Series, Inc., a Wyoming nonprofit corporation. Resolution 2446, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of an agreement with the Uintah County Human Services Board to provide human services for the citizens of Evanston. Resolution 2447, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of an agreement with Young Musicians, Inc., to provide music education and cultural activities and opportunities for the youth and promote the Celtic Festival. Resolution 2448, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a contract for services with the Evanston Chamber of Commerce. And Mr. Mayor, members of the council, you probably have on your dais a front page to the Cowboy Days rodeo contract. The reason for that is under the scope of work, I had inserted $15,000, which was an old amount from prior budgets. The treasurer informed me that the correct amount is $17,500 for fiscal year 25. And since I just gave you the front page of that.
Gotcha.
And I gave a copy to Platt.
Thank you. Do these need to be introduced separately, or?
I think you can make a motion to introduce and motion to pass.
I'll introduce with a motion to pass resolutions 2445, 2446, 2447, and 2448 with the changes that Mr. Harris gave us on that.
Excellent. We have a motion to approve these resolutions. Is there a second?
I'll second him.
Welling, seconding. Any discussion?
I think they're all great organizations, and I'm glad we can work together with them in our community.
Absolutely. Any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Comments from departments. Mr. Newsom, do you have anything for us tonight? I see you farthest to the left here. Mr. Robinson. We about got you in time. You got to leave at 6, so. Ms. Larson.
Just to see you at 30, minutes.
We'll be there, or I'll be there. I guess I can't speak for we. I'll be there. Mr. O'Neill.
No, sir.
Chief Ranish.
No, sir.
Harris.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris.
Nothing.
Public participation. Is there anyone here from the public who would like to address the council for any reason? If there is not, we will adjourn. Thank you all.